And this state park is really the queen of state parks in Michigan. It's a beautiful park. 3 different camping communities within this park. Yeah, it's big. But this is Big Sable Point Lighthouse, built back in 1867. And I'm going to show you a video here in a second. It's 6 minutes, but it'll give you a good summary of built in 1867 all the way up through present time. It'll give you what our mission statement is, a little bit about who we are and what we're trying to accomplish while we're here. And I encourage people to ask questions. So Matt, if you have any questions while we're watching the video or anything that we're talking about, please speak up. So we'll turn the video on and let it roll, and I'll get out of your way.
On behalf of the Sable Point Lighthouse Keepers Association, we welcome you to Big Sable Point Lighthouse. The mission of SPLICA is to preserve, promote, and educate the public, and to make our lighthouses accessible to all. As you visit the light station, it is our hope that you will get a sense of the wonderful history of this magnificent structure. For nearly 100 years, people lived here. Lighthouse keepers kept the tower lit and kept vigil for mariners in distress. They also built and repaired buildings, raised children, played games, and made music. Early keepers planted gardens and gathered eggs from their chickens. Here, in the shadow of this 112-foot structure, weather shaped their work and family life in a beautiful but desolate place. Guy Blake, a turn-of-the-century lighthouse keeper, wrote on March 4th, 1903, "Could not see anything of the lake, nothing but ice and snow as far as the eye could reach." His journal gives us an inside look at life under the light. It was an extraordinary life, living at the water's edge and providing a land signal to travelers of magnificent but sometimes treacherous waters. This dwelling was home to more than 70 keepers and their families. In 1867, Big Sable Point Lighthouse was built to guide ships carrying goods from a booming commerce. Lumber, coal, ore, salt, food, grains, and even summer resort passengers. A Christmas ship carried trees to Chicago. This place became a beacon along the way, shining its light 18 miles out into Lake Michigan. The keeper's task was to keep the oil lamp burning and to clean the large, very special Fresnel lens. Since there was no road until 1933, supplies were brought by boat, tender ship, or horse and wagon along the shore 9 miles from Ludington. With these supplies, Big Sable Point Lighthouse was maintained. The tower and dwelling were built of soft yellow Milwaukee cream bricks, which eroded quickly and were difficult to see in the daytime against the sand dunes. In the early 1900s, the tower was encased in 18 protective metal cylinders. Cement was poured between the brick and steel. The steel bands were painted in a black and white design that made the lighthouse unique and easily identifiable from out on Lake Michigan. By 1913, a fog signal building, brick oil house, barn, and expansion of the keeper's dwelling were complete. The keepers' caring and dedication are visible through the work of their hands. Time and innovation gradually changed life at the lighthouse. In 1924, telephones arrived. In 1933, the road was built. In 1948, indoor plumbing was added. In 1949, a generator replaced the oil lamp, and in 1953, the entire station was powered electrically through underground commercial lines. The keeper's hands lighting the oil lamp were no longer needed. In 1968, the last keepers left Big Sable Point Lighthouse, although from then on, the light has been changed regularly by the United States Coast Guard.
So it's been almost 100 years since nobody's had to go up there to light it themselves.
The absence of constant hands at work led to vandalism and the sad decline of the keeper's dwelling. Erosion and high water in 1986 threatened the tower and other buildings. Nature is relentless. Wind, waves, and sand all made their mark, along with vandalism, and the abandoned buildings looked forlorn in their emptiness. What was to become of Big Sable Point Lighthouse? In 1987, a group of caring citizens focused on the restoration of this significant landmark. In the spirit of Guy Blake and other early keepers, These new voices became keepers of a new dream and vision. The new association, now known as the Sable Point's Lighthouse Keepers Association, has worked tirelessly to renovate the tower and dwelling and open them to the public. As a result, November 1st, 2017 marked the 150th anniversary of the original lighting of the light. Today, the original third order Fresnel lens, removed from the tower in 1987, is displayed at the Port of Ludington Maritime Museum. Joining it is the original fourth order lens in the Ludington Breakwater Lighthouse. We warmly welcome you to Big Sable Point Lighthouse and encourage you to visit the museum and view the lenses. The Sable Point's Lighthouse Keepers Association is a non-profit 501c3 corporation and caretaker of Big Sable and 3 other iconic Michigan lighthouses gracing the eastern shores of Lake Michigan, south of Big Sable Point Lake. The Ludington North Breakwater Lighthouse, located on the pier in Ludington, the Little Sable Point Lighthouse, located in Silver Lake, and the White River Light Station and Museum, located in Whitehall, Michigan. After today's experience, we hope you will visit and experience our other lighthouses as well. Each one is unique and has its own story to tell. Through their power tour fees, items purchased in the gift shop, customized walkway boards, and donations, our visitors make it possible for the Sable Point's Lighthouse Keepers
Thanks for coming out and
Association to
visiting.
meet its mission to
Have a great afternoon.
You too.
educate the public and to make our lighthouses accessible to all. Right now, you are invited to become a keeper, to walk the steps, to keep the light burning, to remember and support the lives and work that brought us here. Ask one of our over 400 volunteers how you can be involved and become a volunteer and active keeper of our lights.
So that's 6 minutes, 157 years, but I think the video does a pretty good job of explaining who we are and where we've come from and where we want to go as an organization.